to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good afternoon. This is the 5FM Radio News, the headlines. Monday rates UPND performance at 30 to 35%. Kitwe City Council secures convictions for indiscriminate urination and waste disposal. And Ghanaian Chief Justice Gertrude Tukoronko removed from office. This bulletin is live on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia, and our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie. Former Minister of Agriculture under the PF administration, Greyford Moye, has charged that the country has been taken back to zero under the United Party for National Development (UPND) government. Speaking when he appeared on the Tuesday edition of the Burning Issue program, Mr. Monde has said while the current administration has made some progress, its overall performance remains below average. He has said the UPND has done something, but it is below average, and anything below average is equal to zero, rating the government's performance between 30 and 35%. The former Itezi Member of Parliament has argued that the high cost of living reflects the government's failure to deliver on key promises. Mr. Monde has stated that if the cost of living is very high, then there is nothing that has been achieved.
You can't say that they've not done completely nothing. I think that would be very unfair if I say that, no, there's actually nothing that they've done. That would not be a true statement. What they have done, unfortunately, falls below average. And when you fall below average, you are in the category that is called the fail. So they have actually failed. And the fail usually is either below 35% or below 40%. So when you are below 45% or you are below 40%, you are as good as you've gotten one, depending on where you are ranking. Some people, you take 10, you are in a fail. You take 20, you are in a fail. At that moment, we will not be able to actually even tell you are at 20% or you are at 30. All we'll be concerned about is a fail.
Meanwhile, Mr. Monde has expressed regret that the PF government failed to pay meal allowances to university students, but noted that the administration managed to increase the number of universities from 2 to 5 during its time in office.
Improve to finish these universities, employ lecturers to these universities, and provide better services to the universities. We actually regret we didn't do that. We wished we had done it. We had so much on our plate. There were many schools that were built, colleges, and so on. So, Mr. Sia, again, I am grateful that has come out. And then Mr. Jemusi Chula.
Kitwe City Council has announced that several individuals were recently apprehended and prosecuted at the Kitwe Subordinate Court for indiscriminate urination and disposal of solid waste within the city. According to KCC Public Relations Officer Emmanuel Lupikisha, this followed a night operation in which 44 individuals were apprehended and taken into 14th August 2025. Mr. Lupikisha says among the 44 individuals who were apprehended on 27th August 2025, the court convicted and fined Anthony Daka, 22, Chanda Mlenga, 22, Webster Chisala, 20, Kennedy Chola, 20, and Samuel Kembwa, 19, 450 kwacha each in default of payment. A 6-month suspended sentence was imposed. He says a fine of 200 kwacha was imposed on Frederick Piri, 16, James Sakala, 28, Elangoma, 32, and Hagai Walia, 21, while the court fined Joshua Banda, 18, 250 kwacha. In default of payment, they were ordered to perform a full day of community service at the Kitwe Subordinate Court and Civic Center premises. Sexual Reproductive Health and Rights Africa Trust (SAT) has applauded the United Nations Population Fund (UNFPA) for contributing 2 million United States dollars towards the procurement and reproductive health commodities. SAT Zambia Country Senior Programs Officer Martin Silukwena has expressed gratitude for the support, noting that the contribution will help strengthen reproductive health services in the country. He has said UNFPA has continued to be a reliable partner to the government in the area of reproductive health. Mr. Silukena has appreciated the news that UNFPA has contributed 2 million United States dollars towards the procurement of reproductive health commodities. This is great news as it will contribute to better health outcomes, particularly in reducing unplanned pregnancies and maternal mortalities. He has further commended the government for being consistent in supporting the procurement of reproductive health commodities over the past 3 years.
Appreciate the news that UNFPA has contributed the sum of $2 million towards the procurement of reproductive health commodities. This is great evidence that they are contributing to better health outcomes around reproductive health, particularly the reduction of unplanned pregnancies, ultimately also reduction in maternal mortality. This contribution comes in the realization and knowledge that in the past 3 years, the government has been consistent in doing its part in the procurement of reproductive health.
The Public Health Association of Zambia (PAS) has condemned the practice of open air burning of wood, warning that it poses serious risk to both human health and the environment. Speaking in an interview with 5FM News, PAS National Coordinator Mambo Mumbuluma has said open burning, sometimes referred to as backyard burning, releases toxic pollutant directly into the atmosphere without any form of control. Mr. Mumbuluma has explained that the health impact of waste being burned and the declared duration of exposure, as well as the proximity of surrounding communities. He has further urged households and communities to refrain from the practice, rather stressing that avoiding open air burning is critical to preventing disease, promoting good health, and ultimately saving lives.
Open air burning of waste, which is a common practice in most communities, have adverse effects to both human health and the environment because it releases toxic pollutants directly into the atmosphere without any control. The health effects depend on the type of waste being burnt, duration of exposure, and proximity of these communities to the burning sites. Effects include but not limited to the following. Number one, respiratory effects caused by smoke that contains particulate matter that penetrates deep into the lungs, thereby resulting into coughing, wheezing, shortness of breath.
And in other news trending this afternoon, Chingola Central Constituency aspiring Member of Parliament Mubanga Chimumbwa has expressed deep concern over the devastating environmental pollution allegedly caused by cyanometers mining activities. Mazabuka has flagged off the commencement of the voter registration program ahead of the 2026 general elections. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
The Small Scale Farmers Development Agency, SAFADA, in collaboration with its international partners, has announced a new input support initiative aimed at assisting farmers who are not beneficiaries of the Farmer Input Support Program, FISIP. Under the arrangement, farmers will be able to purchase fertilizer by paying 50% upfront in cash, while the remaining 50% will be paid after the harvest. SPADA founder and chief executive officer Boyd Mowe has revealed that participating farmers will be required to sell their maize to SAFADA through the Zambia Commodity Exchange in order to facilitate. Mr. Mowe explains that the scheme has been designed to give farmers access to fertilizer without the need for collateral, interest, or hidden costs. However, farmers will be required to affiliate with SAFADA and share transport costs under the program. He emphasizes that the initiative is intended to empower communities by ensuring that even those outside the FISIP can access affordable agricultural inputs and improve productivity.
Measures that are put in place by government and trying to assist small-scale farmers in Zambia. I think we are much aware, all of us, that in Zambia we've got more than 4 million farmers, smallholder farmers. So the government is only able to reach out to 1 million smallholder farmers. So meaning that the private sector must get involved to assist the rest. We have 3 million farmers. So as a we have entered into some agreement to extend support to small-scale farmers. We've entered into agreement with some international organizations that have come to Zambia, and we want to provide support to farmers.
Ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Ghana's President John Mahama has fired the country's Chief Justice Gertrude O'Connor following a recommendation by an inquiry. She had been on suspension since April after complaints were lodged against her in petitions by 3 individuals, with the president setting up a 5-member committee to investigate. Found grounds of stated misbehavior had been established and recommended her removal from office, the presidency said in a statement on Monday. Ms. O'Connor has dismissed the allegations and as unfounded and politically motivated. The presidency said Mahama was required to act in accordance with the committee's recommendations. And in sports news, Zambia under-20 women national team coach Charity Ntala has named a 34-member provisional squad for the September 19 and 27 second-round FIFA World Cup qualifier against Burundi. Ntala has maintained the core of the team that lifted the COSAFA crown as Zambia aims for its maiden under-20 FIFA women appearance. The team has regrouped in Lusaka in the first phase of preparations that will see Zambia play Burundi over 2 legs in the second round of the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup 2026 qualifiers. The winner of this encounter will face either Uganda or Namibia in the third round of the qualification series. The FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifiers consist of 4 rounds, with the third round victors advancing to a final clash against the overall winner of the Togo versus Tunisia and Ghana versus Eswatini or South Africa fixtures for a coveted spot at the Global Extravaganza. And now the weather.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ
Eastern and Muchinga provinces, including the eastern parts of Central Province, few clouds, slightly windy and warm to hot, with maximum temperature ranging between 28 and 35 degrees Celsius. The evening will be mainly clear, hazy, and warm to mild. Northwestern, Western, Southern, Lusaka, Copperbelt, Northern, and Luapula provinces, including the western parts of Central Province. Sunny, slightly windy, and warm to hot. Maximum temperature is ranging between 29 degrees and 36 degrees Celsius. The evening will have clear skies, hazy, and warm to mild. Ends of the report. And that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. Former Minister of Agriculture under the PF administration, Greyfoot Monday, has stressed that the country has been taken back to zero under the United Party for National Development UPND government. Kitwe City Council has announced that several individuals were recently apprehended and prosecuted at the Kitwe Subordinate Court for indiscriminate urination and disposal of solid waste within the city. And finally, Ghana's President John Mahama has fired the country's Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono following a recommendation by an inquiry. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy world of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.